everybody, I'm Leah and welcome to Jar of Confetti. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a stop motion animation movie. So the first thing that you need is a device like a phone or a tablet, and what you want to do is you want to download Stop Motion Studio. So this is what it looks like. It's called Stop Motion Studio, and there's a free version and a paid version. You'll be just fine with the free version, but if you want, you can also get the paid version. And you want to install it. Now, you will also need a space to film your videos. So choose a flat surface, preferably the floor next to a wall, where you can put a background up against a wall and a floor, something to cover the floor. Or you can also use a table, but in that case you need something straight, like a music stand, to put on it because you do want a background for your stop motion movie. And today we will be making a stop motion movie with found objects, so you're also going to need to grab some figurines or other things that you might have around your home. Preferably something small because then you can fit more things into the screen, so something about that size, just a little figurine, a piece of toy furniture, maybe some gold coins, plastic gold coins, or something like that. Those would all be great for making your movie. So now that you have Stop Motion Studio downloaded, you want to go ahead and open it, and you will see this screen. There is a movie being fished that is there automatically once you download the app, and then you want to just press on new movie, and this is your new movie. So over here you'll see how many photos you have. See, right now there's none, but once you start taking photos, you'll see all of your photos down here, and to add to the video, press on the camera icon, and then to take photos, you can press on this red button, and that takes a photo, and you can take more photos, and then just press on this arrow to go back to viewing all of your photos. So you can see I have 4 photos, and I can scroll through to watch my video, like that. So that is the basics of how to use Stop Motion Studio. Now let's get started with the video. So you want to choose a space to film where there's no furniture, nothing to get in the way. So I've chosen a spot by my door over here where I can use the floor, as well as I can prop something up against the door. Don't worry if the floor and whatever you're using, the wall, the door, isn't the color that you want, because we will be covering it all up. The important part is you have a flat space in the back and a flat floor. Now, the first thing you want to figure out is how you're going to be setting up the device that you will be filming with. For me, I will be doing that with my phone, and if I try to just put it like this, then I will have to hold it, and that will not be very convenient. So, I'm going to use a tripod. You want to try and set up your device so that you can see mostly the floor and a little bit of the back too, since your characters have some height and you want them to be able to fully fit inside the frame. So you want to just see a little bit less of the back than you do of the floor. Set it up any way you like. You can always adjust a little bit more later once you've decided on your characters and setting. So for now, I will do it just about like that. As you can see, I'm putting it more or less straight, and you can see just about as much of my back, just a little bit less than you see of the floor, and I'm just gonna get it straight. Okay, that looks good. Now, I need to decide on my characters and setting. Usually for doing this, what's best is to just look around and find a character, go from there. So I chose this pig, and I have some more pigs. So I have this pig and then this other pig and some little pigs. So I'll figure out something to do with those pigs, maybe a farm or two. Once you have your characters, the next thing you want to think about is background. So where do pigs live? Usually on a farm. So I'm going to create something like a farm, a bit of grass. So I have this piece of fabric that has some clovers on it. So this can be used as grass, and I'm just going to put it right here to serve as my grass. Just like that. Okay, now for my background. I've got this felt board that has some grass and some sky. Now for this, I have to experiment a bit. If I put it like this, then you can only see the ground and a little bit of sky. Also, I'm having the problem that it doesn't fully take up my screen. So I can solve that problem two ways. Either I can move my device closer, so that takes up the entire screen, and my phone has just turned off. Okay, either I can do it like that, but then you can see that not very many characters will actually fit in that because it is quite a small frame. So what I'm going to do is get another poster board, just like this one, and I'm going to put two, one next to another, and that way I can get a bigger surface for my characters to interact on. So I have gotten another board, and I'm going to put it right here. Try and center it so that it's all nice and even, just like that. And I'm just going to experiment with it a bit, see where I want to put my phone. Probably I want it pointing a little bit more up. Now I'm thinking that maybe I better flip them over so that they're sky down like this, and then I will just angle my phone so that we don't see any of the grass. So this way we have grass here and sky here, and this is like the horizon. So yes, I'm thinking that is better. Now, since these are felt boards that I have, we can stick felt onto them. So I've got a sun and a cloud, which I'm just going to put here to make it a little bit more interesting. Got sun and a cloud. Okay, now my background is set up and I'm ready to move on to filming. Before you start putting anything into the screen, what you're going to want to do is just take a couple photos of your background. So like just 2 or 3 photos of your background. Okay, now this will be a little bit different if you're on a phone or on a tablet, but more or less the same idea with Stop Motion Studio. So the next thing that you want to set up, or at least it can be very helpful, is over here on the side, you have this slider. And so if I just grab one of my pigs to show you how it works, so like say I put the pig right here, and now if I slide this slider, see the pig becomes kind of more transparent, and I can make it disappear entirely. So what's going on here is it's showing me the past frame, the frame that I took before, which didn't have a pig in it. So if I slide the slider all the way here, then it only shows the frame that I just took, but not how it is right now. If I slide the slider all the way up here, it only shows me how it is right now, but not how it was in the frame that I just took. The most convenient, for me at least, is to put it right about in the middle, but closer to the top. That way, we see what we have right now, but also you see what you had the last frame. So now if I move the pig, if I take a photo, and I move the pig, you can see how much you moved it. Whereas if we just set it like this, we've no idea how much we've moved the pig. Maybe it was right here and we need to put it here. Or maybe it was here, so then it should go here. And it can get really confusing, and then it can look as if your characters are just hopping across the screen or disappearing in one place and reappearing in another, which is definitely not what we want. So, this slider tool can be extremely helpful for that. Now we can see that the pig was just here and it should be moved a little bit. Now I've just come to a great point where I've just taken some pictures which I don't need. So we're going to go back, and what we can do is there's several ways to remove frames. One of them is to click this back arrow and it says undo add frame. Yep, we want to undo that, and we can do that again. Another way to delete a frame is to just tap it, and if you double tap it, it will show a timeline, and you just want to tap it like that, and then you can press delete, and there we go. You can delete any frame from any place that you accidentally took. Now, back to our movie. We're going to go back to the camera. Okay. So, I'm just going to take one more shot since it looked like the camera moved a little bit. So, I'm just going to do that. Okay. Now, the simplest thing to do, and this is always good to start with, just have a character walk across your screen. It's the simplest thing. Great start. So, you just want to move the pig a little bit until you can kind of see over here the edge of the snout. If you put it here, it will just suddenly appear. So you just want to see the very tip of the character and take a photo. Now, watch how much I move it. If you move it this much, then it can take you about all day to finish just it moving across the screen. But if you move it too much, then again you have that problem where it disappears in one place and reappears in the next, and then it just looks like it's jumping. So that's not very good either. So right about this much is the perfect amount for something like this. Okay. So you just want to continue moving it about that much across the screen. This really takes some patience because basically all that stop motion movie making is just moving it. Move, take a photo. Move, take a photo. Now make sure that your hands don't get into the photos too. If you ever do accidentally take a photo with your hand, then you can just go back later and remove it, but it's best to just try and not get your hands in. So, just moving, taking a photo, moving, taking a photo, just until the pig gets across the screen. Alright, it's almost there. This is just the first kind of scene. I like to break down my stop motions into scenes, and then I like to watch each scene after I'm done with it, and then come up with the next scene. And usually, for me, it's pretty spontaneous. I don't have an idea of where I'm going with this. All I have right now is a pig. I have more pigs that can come in later, but I don't really know where I'm going with this or what is supposed to happen in the end. I'm just kind of doing this anyway I feel like it. Okay, so you can see over here, there's a frame counter and 24 frames. So the default is 5 frames per second. You can change that by going to the settings and you can change it. See, it says speed 5 frames per second. You can change that and you can make it slower or faster. So right now I have 24 frames, so divide by 5, that would be a little bit less than 5 seconds. Okay, so we can watch our movie, and as you can see, it's just the pig is coming in, it's going across the screen, and that's really all that's happening. Now, if I do change the speed, just as an example, say I put it at 2 frames per second. Now it's really slow and kind of jumpy, like you can really see where it's moving. But that also does make the stop motion movie a lot longer. Now we got it to 12 seconds instead of 5. You can also make it faster, like let's try 8 frames per second. If you have 8 frames per second, I'm just going to move this a bit. Okay. If you have 8 frames per second, it's a lot smoother. It doesn't look like it's jumping quite so much, but it also does go a lot faster. If we put this to like 12 frames per second, it's going to be even smoother and only 2 seconds long. Now the pig is just running very quickly, but also smoothly across the screen. So usually 5 frames per second, maybe 6 is a good amount. I'm going to just change it back to 5. But just so you know, you can change it. Okay, now that we filmed that, moving on to the next scene. Now I'm thinking that the pig comes across the other way, but now it's bringing a little baby pig with it. And maybe we have this pig and its baby pig walking across from this direction, and then we have this pig and its baby pig walking across from another direction, and they meet in the middle and maybe walk around in a circle or something like that. So this is a little bit more complicated because it's not going to be move picture, it's going to be move this one, again just so the tip of the snout is in the picture frame. Picture. Move this one, picture. Now, move this one, picture. At this point, we're ready to bring in the baby pigs. So just line them up right behind and move this one, and then move the baby pig so that it's in the photo. Move the other baby pig so that it's just in the photo. Take a picture. Big pig, little pig. Big pig, little pig. And so on and so forth until they meet in the middle. Now you can see that my pigs have met in the middle. Now I'm thinking that maybe they make a circle, so this one is kind of going here. And again, you want to make it very subtle. You're just moving them a little bit. So kind of think about where they're supposed to be going, right? They should all be facing in the same direction if they're going to be walking in a circle. So just kind of all things to keep in mind. This one's more or less in position. We can move it a bit. This one needs to move over. And this one perhaps needs to turn around so that they're all in a good little circle. This circle can be made a little bit bigger. This one can stand at the right angle. Oops. So just kind of carefully construct your position. Okay, now this one's outside the picture frame. We don't want that. Now we just finishing touches, make it a neater circle. Okay, and now maybe they walk around the circle once or something like that. So move, 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 move. And we're just going to keep moving them a little bit. Okay, at this point they've made half a circle, so maybe they can stop and they're kind of leaving the circle and they're making a line heading off with this pig in the lead, the other big pig in the back, just walking off. Again, moving a little bit at a time, each of them, and taking a photo. Moving each of them a little bit and taking a photo. once they get out of the picture frame, you can just take them out. That will bring them out. And just continuing to move. Take photos, move, and take photos. Take the ones you don't need under the picture frame. Move, take photo, move, take a photo, move, take a photo, move, and we're done. Okay, now after every scene, you want to take like about 2 pictures just of the empty background. Okay, so right now, as you can see, I've got 56 frames. To make a 30-second video, you need 150. To make a 1-minute video, that would be 300. So just keep going. I'm going to make a few more scenes, and then in the end, I will show you how to add some music and even voiceover if you want. So I'm going to make this, and then I will show you in the end. I just added another scene, and I have 90 frames, very short, kind of 90-second movie. 90 frames, 18 seconds. And this is what it looks like. We just have the pig coming in. And now there's more pigs coming in. They're making a circle, walking around. Now they're leaving. And they come back. They meet a farmer with a tractor. And they're walking off. And that's it. Now, if you have the paid version, there are some things that you can add, like images, titles, credits. But, as I said, the free version is totally sufficient. And with the free version, what you can do is add voiceover, and this way you can also add music. So I'm going to click on this, allow it to record audio. Okay, now, preferably you should get another device to play your music on so that you can record it. So I will be using my computer, and I need to find some music, probably some country music since this is about a farm, to go along with my stop motion movie. Okay, so I found some music. I recommend finding just a playlist of, like, search something like background music, something like that, and just find a playlist that has a lot of music in it. It's like 1 hour long or like 45 minutes that just has different music in it, and listen to the music for as long as your video is. So mine is 18 seconds. I'm going to play 18 seconds of the music and see if I like all 18 seconds of it. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so that was 18 seconds, and since I like all 18 seconds, that is a go. So that music is, I like that music, so that's what I'm going to be using. Okay, the other thing that you can do is while your music is playing, you can talk. So it will play you your video when you record, and you can talk. You can say something like, "Hello, farmer. Hello, pigs. Do you want to come ride with me?" "Yeah, sure." Stuff like that. Or you can just record the music. I'm just going to be doing music, but just keep in mind that you can talk for the characters or explain what's going on. You can say things like, the pigs are coming in, and now they're making a circle, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just going to be doing music for mine. Okay, so here's how it works. Pressing the microphone button. Okay, now play the music before you start recording. So, turning the music on and recording. Okay, that was great. So, done. All right, now I'm going to play the movie, turn on sound. Hey, sound. Oh, okay. 1 more. Alright, and it just started again. So that is my movie, and you have now officially made a stop motion movie if you are doing it with me. So, you have officially made a stop motion movie. Congratulations. I will be doing more videos on different kinds of stop motion movies, but for now, get comfortable with this. You can make longer ones, shorter ones, more characters, less characters, different backgrounds. Experiment with it. Experiment with different kinds of music. You can also experiment with doing voiceovers and talking for your characters or narrating the story. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed making a stop motion movie, and I'll see you next time on Jar of Confetti. Bye everyone!